Two of the biggest names in baseball share Comerica Park stage tonight. Shohei Ohtani and Miguel Cabrera. Cabrera continues his quest for 500 home runs here at Comerica Park, and he does so against Ohtani, who showcases his pitching skills on Valley Sports. It is a gorgeous night, and we can't wait for another showdown between the Tigers and the Angels here on Valley Sports. Hi, everyone, with my friend and my partner. He is the American League champ. He is Craig Monroe. I am Matt Shepard. The Tigers will turn to Tarik Skubal tonight, and this guy has been dialed in, especially lately. What do you think has been the difference for him as of late?
It's been the off-speed pitches. He's been utilizing that slider that is a wicked pitch for him, and the changeup. Now, we know he's got the blazing fastball that he uses to both sides of the plate. What he did in his last outing, Shep, he pounded that fastball on the inner half for the right-hander to open up the outside part of the plate for himself. And boy, was he wicked. It was changeup, down and away, uncomfortable swings. Guys way out in front. We'll look to see that tonight against Shohei, Ohtani, and the Angels.
A.J. Hinch says strike one for Tarik Skubal is paramount, no doubt. Here's a guy who was ready for the showdown with Ohtani, who comes in 7-1 as a pitcher, winners of 3 in a row. And Simo, he's got some dominating stuff.
Oh, there's no question about that. It's that split finger fastball. It's a tough pitch to lay off of. But on top of that, he's got a blazing fastball as well. Power versus power, Skubal versus Ohtani. It's a 100-mile-per-hour fastball, but he's got this wicked cutter that he's been featured here lately, Chef, and hitters are having trouble picking this ball up and also making good, solid contact. If you're the Tigers, the keys to success, you got to get him up, and you have to try to ambush him early in the at-bat.
He beat the Tigers earlier this season. Miguel Cabrera has faced Ohtani just 2 times. They clash on this Wednesday night, and we are ready to roll on Valley Sports. Stay with us. It comes your way next.
Mr. Smoltz, at MLB Network, you've done color commentary, game analysis, and demos. How do you juggle so many roles?
It just comes naturally, I guess.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
Hey, Pedro. What was it like when you won your first Cy Young Award?
Well,
What about when you won the pitching Triple Crown?
Well,
And how did you feel when you won a World Series?
Hey,
Pedro.
Man, this guy asked a lot of questions.
Hey, Pedro.
He might make a good MLB Network analyst if you let someone answer a question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
Oh, and what's it like to be an 8-time All-Star?
Well,
and what about getting into the Hall of Fame?
Oh, my goodness. That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play it left.
Gives them what they came to see.
Baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. By Wallside Windows, we can do that. We are the factory. And by Ram. Shohei Ohtani, oftentimes compared to the great Babe Ruth. Not just because of his power, but because of his ability to pitch. He will throw the first pitch in the bottom of the first when we come back.
Miss the games? Quick Pitch has your back with all the plays from today that'll be talked about tomorrow on baseball's fastest hour of highlights and previews. MLB Network's Quick Pitch. Late nights and every morning. Only on MLB Network.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art? Construction? Baseball?
How'd you guess?
For 25 years, Major League Baseball has partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America to help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
Hey Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he got home, baby.
Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
Stretching over 3 centuries. Will it see history tonight at Comerica Park? Cabrera, Ohtani. One's been making history for 19 years. The other is having one of the most extraordinary seasons in the history of the game. Will their names be forever linked? Find out next on Valley Sports. Each is a measuring stick for the other and for players throughout Major League Baseball. What a beautiful night on this Wednesday night. And we're glad you're along for the baseball ride here on Valley Sports with Craig Monroe and Dan Petrie and John Keating and Trevor Thompson. I'm Matt Shepard. 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Barely a wind at all. So you will need all your muscle to get it out of Comerica Park in home run fashion here tonight. Let's check out the Angels lineup. Phil Gosselin is new, so is Justin Upton, and so is Max Stassi. Joe Adell will bat 6th. He hit a grand slam last night, the second youngest Angel in history to hit a grand slam.
And on the mound tonight for your Detroit Tigers is Tarik Skubal. He's been fantastic in his last 2 starts. He's got a 4-pitch mix. He's got a fastball, 4-seam at 92, sits around 94, 95. Slider, changeup, curveball. He'll need to utilize all of those pitches against this Angels lineup.
And against Shohei Ohtani, and he starts him out with a fastball on the outside corner. Ohtani, if you recall last night, hit the very first pitch from Casey Mize right back up the middle. Promptly stole second base, and the Angels were underway.
Well, Ohtani is a very aggressive hitter, Shep, especially early in the count. He tries to ambush the pitcher on that first pitch because, again, pitchers try to establish first pitch strikes.
The 1-1 to him. Swung on and missed. Skubal does have 127 strikeouts. That is third most among major league rookies this year.
Well, he's got a couple different pitches, Shep, that he can strike you out with. A firm fastball, gets up to 95, 96, and then he's got that wipeout slider.
The 1-2. Swung on and missed. That's a good start for Tarik Skubal against Shohei Ohtani.
Skubal already establishing that he's going to pound the strike zone, try to pitch ahead in the count. Here's a really nice slider here at the top of the strike zone. And Shohei Ohtani not able to get to this pitch. Well located pitch by Tarik Skubal.
When Skubal is on, Simo, he has got nasty, nasty stuff.
He's got overpowering stuff.
Now he faces David Fletcher, and a first pitch strike to Fletcher, one of the best contact hitters in all of baseball. Second hardest guy to strike out, and really good against lefties, as you see there.
And Shep, one of the reasons he's really good against left-handers is he uses the opposite way well. He lets the ball travel a little bit. He uses that right center field approach against left-handers.
We said this last night. Think if Mike Trout were still in this lineup as Fletcher swings and misses, and think if Anthony Rendon were healthy. The Angels would be incredibly formidable, not like they aren't already with Justin Upton and some of the other seasons that David Fletcher and others are having, including Jared Walsh. Fletcher fouls it away. Fletcher last night 1 for 6. That included a strikeout. And it's notable only because Fletcher has only struck out 46 times this season. That's in 467 at-bats. The 1-2. And he popped it up.
Got it.
All Grayson Griner 2 away. Let's check out the Tigers defense. Willie Castro makes his 4th straight start in left field. He had 3 putouts last night. Renato Nunez was the designated hitter last night. He's at first base. And Grayson Griner catching Tarik Skubal for the 4th time this year. Robbie Grossman making his 9th consecutive start in right field. He can play either corner, but they've positioned him in right field more frequently than ever before. The first pitch to Phil Gosselin is in for a strike. Gosselin didn't play last night. Already a career high 30 runs batted in for him. Takes it high, 1-1. The 1-1 to the right side and a base hit. A 2-out single for Gosselin, and here comes Justin Upton, the former Tiger.
Well, you know, Justin Upton had some pop here. We've seen that here in a Tigers uniform. So if you're Tarik Skubal, you want to limit the damage here. He likes to get extended as well. So if you're Tarik Skubal, I'd like to see him really pound him in with firm fastballs. Kind of back him off the dish a little bit, Shep, and then open up that outside part of the plate with those really good secondary pitches. One being the changeup.
A couple of years here in Detroit for Justin Upton. Batted .260 with the Tigers with 59 home runs total in those 2 years. Had last night off. He waits on an 0-1. At the upper part of the zone, 0-2.
Yeah, that's a good spot right there. You see him changing eye levels, but still working that inner half. It was fast. It was 95 down in the strike zone inside, and now he elevated that fastball at 93. But again, you just want to keep guys uncomfortable by changing their eye level.
So now as a hitter, he's got you really off balance.
Oh, there's no question. Now he's got him set up, I believe, for a changeup or changeup down and away.
That's what he gave you. Great thought, Simo.
Just kind of thinking with Tarik Skubal how he's trying to set these different guys up. And again, as a hitter, when pitchers are crowding you inside, they're purpose pitches. They're trying to open up the outer part of the plate for themselves.
Angels, one of those aggressive teams, much like the Tigers, much like the Royals, for example.
They will chase 2 with 2 strikes because of their aggressiveness in the batter's box.
And they want to put pressure on the defense. The 1-2 up high. Good numbers against the Tigers this year for Justin Upton. 7 for 14 with a couple of doubles on the season.
One of the things Skubal does well, setting hitters up, he likes to elevate that fastball and then go slider down and in, changing their eye level.
The 2-2 pounded left center field and gone. That is deep. 17th homer of the year for Justin Upton. A 2-out, 2-run shot, then the Angels lead it by 2.
Skubal trying to get that ball on the inner half where he's had a lot of success in those first 2 pitches, but not quite able to get that pitch inside enough under the hands of Justin Upton. He's able to barrel that ball up and give the Angels a 2-0 lead.
427 feet. That ball was crushed, and here's Jose Iglesias. High and away, 1-0 to Iglesias. Another former Tiger who went 2 for 5 last night.
A little bit surprised, though, that he's in the 4-hole.
Iglesias was in that 4-hole last night. Grinder runs out of room. Upton with that 2-run homer gives him 998 career RBIs, trying to join that club of active players with 1,000 or more, and those are gaudy numbers from some really strong players. Iglesias fouls another one back, now 1-2. Iglesias, as Simo mentioned, in the cleanup spot last night in the number 5 hole here tonight. Now the 1-2 swung on and missed. Couple of strikeouts, but a couple of runs allowed for Tarik Skubal in the first. It's early. Here comes Shohei Ohtani. Among those he'll challenge, Miguel Cabrera.
My new money goal?
My new money goal?
We've got money goals.
Buy a place closer to my family down south.
Invest in Black-owned companies.
Invest in green companies.
Invest for my daughter's future and my retirement at the same time.
Have a better credit card
than her.
Whatever your money goals, NerdWallet knows the smartest ways to make them happen. Compare and find the smartest credit cards, mortgages, and investing accounts on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
When we started our company, we simply wanted better sheets. But along the way, we've realized that softer, safer, organic cotton does so much more for the planet and for humanity. It helps your home become a force for good, because home is more than just an address. Home is our soul. Boll & Branch, organic sheets, bath, and home. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Lead. Here's the Tigers lineup. Jonathan Schoop bats second. His 2-for-5 effort last night gives him a league-high 42 multi-hit games. And Grayson Griner bats 8th. He was really good last night, 2 for 3 with a double.
And on the mound for your Angels tonight against the Tigers will be Shohei Ohtani. He's got a 4-pitch mix. His go-to pitch will be that split finger. He's got a fastball that gets up to 100 miles per hour. And Shub, get this, in his last 5 starts, he's 4-0 with a 1.69, getting her done.
Yeah, that is awesome. Team's batting just .081 against the splitter. Miguel Cabrera will bat 3rd. What's the approach against a split finger fastball?
You got to get him up.
Grossman takes it low. And as you said in our open, you've got to get the ball up and be ready to ambush him. Why?
First pitch. Well, because he knows he has a 100-mile-per-hour fastball. You don't want to get behind in the count against him because he has too many weapons to put you away. So that's why I believe it's important to attack him early.
1-0 to Grossman. Inside 2-0. Grossman, a lot of deep counts last night. 1 for 4 with a walk, drove in a run. Tigers have seen him bat primarily in the leadoff spot or number 3 when Akil Baddoo is in the leadoff spot. The 2-0 to Grossman. Grounded foul. And the good news is, you probably saw it in your Bally bar in the lower right-hand part of your screen. Akil Baddoo is designated hitting for Toledo tonight. And Derek Hill will be in Toledo as well. And you're seeing Isaac Paredes get a rehab start down there as well. That is all positive news. I think this team really misses guys like Baddoo and Hill.
Oh, I believe so too. Their energy. They injected some energy into this squad. There's no doubt.
See Derek Hill in Toronto. Akil Baddoo might meet the team in St. Louis.
Be nice to get him back. Get him in this lineup.
Yeah.
Man, he's just fun to watch.
He is. And I know that some people, that only takes you so far. He's productive, man. I mean, this league is about production, and he has produced. But he's also fun. Here's the 2-1. Oh, nice off-speed pitch. In there for strike 2.
Little pitching backwards there. Grossman's in a good 2-1, good hitters count there. And instead of Ohtani speeding him up and give him in that fastball that he might have been looking for there, slows him down with a real nice slider piece there.
The 2-2. Drilled foul. Ohtani beat the Tigers June 17th. He threw 6 innings of 1-run ball and surrendered 5 hits. The 1 run because of Jonathan Schoop's solo homer. It is interesting that he's more of a reliever delivery. Comes to the set position like there are runners on base. Here's the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Grossman goes down swinging. Here's the Angels defense brought to you by Marygrove Awnings. Joe Adell was in left last night. He's in right field tonight. Phil Goslin makes his 19th start at first base, and Max Stassi is catching Shohei Ohtani for the 4th time this year. David Fletcher was a busy guy last night. He had 6 assists in the Angels win. Does a nice job fielding up the middle. Made a couple of really nice plays, including one to rob Harold Castro of a single. Here's Jonathan Schoop. Slider at 80 makes it 0-1. Low and away. Schoop 2 for 5 with an RBI last night. That gives him 7 multi-hit games in his last 12.
He's also 1 for 3 against Shohei Ohtani. He's got a home run, a couple of punch outs.
Now the 1-1. Fouled away. On cue, Simo talked about the home run on June 17th. Here it is.
Oh, slider hanging there, screaming, hit me.
And then screaming out of the ballpark.
Screaming out of the ballpark.
You hurt me. Scope with 18 bombs on the season. Second most on the team, tied with Robbie Grossman, one behind Eric Haas. Now the 1-2. Broken bat through the right side for a base hit.
Hitter number 24.
First showdown of the night now. On the inside corner, a slider at 79 to make it 0-1. Doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter how old you are. This is a sight to see right here. The 1-1. Fly ball, right field. That ball's deep, but that ball is foul. The 1-2. Rolled it over, foul down the third base line.
They're really trying to see if the Angels are really trying to see if Miggy will expand the strike zone. They're not trying to give in to him. They're going to make him earn a knock, RBI, the home run.
Another 1-2. Ripped through the hole on the left side. A base hit from Miguel Cabrera. Now 48 hits shy of 3,000 in his career.
And there's just a little slider. Good location, though. Miggy does a good job of staying on it. Not really a pitch that you can hit out of the ballpark because of the location. But I like that Miggy gets himself a knock, starting to feel, you just want to feel good, but take a look at the pitch. That's a good located pitch off the plate away. Miggy staying through that baseball. Yeah, a little bit out front, but because he stays through it, that allows him to barrel it up enough to get himself a knock.
That's worth cheering about.
Absolutely.
Climbing that 3,000 hit ladder. Closer and closer. Here's Jeimer Candelario. Shift is on against Candelario. Pitch is outside, 1-0.
And you can tell Shohei Ohtani's trying to stay away from most of the Tigers hitters, but Candy in particular, because Candy likes that. He likes that ball on the inner half, and he can do some damage in the gaps with a good quality swing, but he also drives that ball the opposite way well. So look for him to stay on this baseball and maybe play out in left field.
That one caught the corner. Candelario 0 for 4 in the series opener. Now 0 for his last 7. Just a minor bump in his hitting road. The 1-1. Foul back. Time for the Bolt EUV electric player. Jamer Candelario against fastballs in the last 40 games out of sight.
Yeah, those are ridiculous numbers there in the 408 clip. One of the adjustments that I've seen that he's made, he's really got his hands close to his body, Shep, and this allows him to work directly through the baseball and through the strike zone, which is going to allow him to stay inside the ball and be able to cover both sides of the plate.
Looked like he was going the other way.
Yeah, really tries to work inside the ball. And again, with his rhythm and his timing dictates where he's going to hit the baseball. If he's early, he will pull it. If he's late, he hits it the opposite way. Take a look here. Look how he works inside. See how the hands stay close to his body there? And he's thinking with 2 strikes, let that baseball get deep. That's the right approach. And it puts you in a position to be able to handle the all-speed pitches.
Well, that one was really deep, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Before he got a piece of it.
For me, that's trust, though, Shep. That's trust when you can trust your hands to let that ball get deep.
He's done a better job of taking counts deeper, fouling pitches that are close, but he doesn't like, fouling them off. Different ways that you advance as a hitter.
No, absolutely. That's exactly what you want to do. And every hitter wants to get to that point to where you're able to foul off those real good pitchers' pitches to get yourself a pitch that you can handle.
Another 1-2 to right field. Adele near the foul line. He's got it. Scope tries to tag for a moment and then backs up, and he's tagged out by Iglesias. Did he get him?
Yeah.
He did.
Looked like he got him.
Tigers won't challenge. Ohtani gets a break, and the Tigers' threat is thwarted in the first.
Sometimes you want the adventure, but sometimes you want the shortcut. With Home Chef Fast and Fresh, all you need is a microwave or oven. And just enough time to heat, eat, and repeat. Who said food can't be fast and home-cooked? Probably someone who never tried Fast and Fresh. Effortlessly create home-cooked meals like a pro with no prep and no mess. Delicious, meat simple. Get $80 off your first month at homechef.com.
This is cellulose acetate, a plant-based material that's not only extremely durable, but also quite flexible, making it ideal for Warby Parker glasses, which, by the way, start at $95, including prescription lenses. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com. Oh yeah, about those prescription lenses. Warby Parker glasses come standard with custom-cut polycarbonate lenses that have been treated with scratch-resistant and anti-reflective coatings. Nice. Try 5 pairs for free at warbyparker.com.
Against Joe Adele to start. Adele, the number 6 hitter in the Angels lineup. Then it'll be Brandon Marsh and Max Stassi.
Adele likes that fastball, so if you're Skubal, you want to try to maybe pitch backwards a little bit here, Shep. Throw some change-ups and good hitters counts. See if you can work the perimeters, the outside part of the plate. Maybe try to elevate to see if he'll chase.
Good-looking prospect for the Angels, just 22 years young. Waits on the 0-2. Inside 1-2. He was LA's first-round pick, 10th overall in 2017, and decided to sign with the Angels rather than take a scholarship to Louisville. Now the 1-2 outside.
Well, he's a good-looking prospect, though. He's got some good pop in his bat. We saw that last night.
You think?
Yeah.
Goodness. 2-2 from Skubal. Down the left field line. Speaking of that, 416 feet on his first career grand slam. StatCast followed by Google Cloud.
What was impressive there is the exit velocity. It's 111, almost 112 off the bat. It's a firm fastball, 97, just center cut, and Adell didn't miss it.
Swung on and missed. Down goes Adell. As we had mentioned, Adell with that grand slam. He's the second youngest Angel to hit a grand slam at 22 years, 131 days. The only Angel player younger than Joe Adell, that guy right there, Mike Trout.
Arguably the best player, all-around player in the game.
For sure.
But now his teammate, though, Shohei Ohtani, is making an argument that he is the best player.
I'm sure Vlad Guerrero Jr. would have something to say about that. Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Bryce Harper. I mean, the beauty of that discussion is the number of choices we have.
Yes.
And that tells you how healthy this game truly is.
You're absolutely right, Shep. Game is in a good place with a lot of young, great talent.
There was a time you and I were having that conversation about two guys, Trout or Betts.
That's it.
Neither one of us mentioned Betts this time. The 1-1. Swung on a whip, missed. Brandon Marsh is down 1-2 to Tarik Skubal.
Well, Shep, you notice what Skubal is doing. He's taking a page out of his last start to where he is. He's pounding that inside part of the plate to both left-handers and righties. And he's also pitching ahead in the count. And just being able to put guys away when he gets you to 2 strikes is going to be huge for him.
Down goes Marsh. 3 straight strikeouts for Tarik Skubal. That's the first one looking, 2 away.
Nice pitch mix there, though. Fastball inside for 2 strikes, and then he throws that slider, starts it, look almost behind Marsh there, and kind of freezes him. You can see him kind of bailing out of there. But that's good location there, and that's a good mix of your pitches there.
Now he faces Max Stassi. A swing and a miss from Stassi. Been a struggle in August. Other than that, pretty good stuff from Stassi. Behind 0-2. Didn't play last night, but did play Monday night in New York against the Yankees. Threw out DJ LeMahieu trying to steal third. They play him to pull. Inside 1-2.
Nice setup pitch there from Skubal. Just trying to back him off the dish a little bit. Stassi kind of leaning out over the plate, trying to cover that outer half.
Now 2-2 to Max Stassi. Fouled away. Stassi was on that Houston World Series team in 2017. Originally, he was Oakland's 4th-round draft pick in 2009 and signed with the A's rather than signed with UCLA in a college scholarship. The 2-2. On the ground to short. Harold Castro looks really comfortable there, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Tarik Skubal. Job well done as we head to the home half of the second on Valley Sports.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art. Construction. Baseball.
How'd you guess?
For 25 years, Major League Baseball has partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America to help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
The Tigers trailing the Angels 2-0, and there's good reason to believe, at least according to one fan here tonight, that Miguel Cabrera's milestone home run will happen tonight, and that is because this particular fan was on hand for Reggie Jackson's 400th career home run at Yankee Stadium. He was also on hand for Darrell Evans, a former Tiger, his 300th home run at the Metrodome, and he was on hand for Miguel Cabrera's 400th home run in St. Louis. Wow. He's here tonight, but he's not sitting out here in right field among all these fans who are waiting for the home run ball. He, Matt, is sitting down the left field line just outside the foul pole. So if it comes to right field, he's not catching that ball, but he will be on hand for the milestone if it happens.
That is amazing that he's been at that many milestone moments.
And Sheppy was also on hand for the last game at Tiger Stadium. He lives in Des Moines, Iowa, but he's a Tiger fan born and bred, according to him, because of his parents. And he's on hand here tonight. He said he'll also be in St. Louis next week. Let's hope it doesn't take that long.
Did he go to the Field of Dreams as Castro pokes a single to start the second? If he lives in Iowa, I wonder. Boy, you ever notice Trevor draws a big crowd?
He does. Yeah. And you can tell they love him out there, too.
He did not go to the Field of Dreams game, but he did watch it on TV. He said it was an hour and a half from his home. So he wasn't at the game, but he did watch it on TV. Wished he could attend. But if he can be here for a milestone for Miggy tonight, that might be a good trade-off.
Can I just say one more thing before we let you go?
Oh, for sure.
I love that pocket square. You like that? All right, pal. Good stuff, man.
You got it, guys.
Appreciate it. Everybody was very well behaved while Trevor was going live. Good for them.
I got near the fence, guys, so nobody could jump up in front. You never know what's going to go on. You got to sort of cut those opportunities down for people to
sometimes they got those rabbit ears behind you, though, so you got to be careful.
That's true, too.
All right, bud. We'll talk to you later on. Absolutely. Here's Renato Nunez. Good start for Harold Castro in this second inning. Tigers with 3 hits already against Shohei Ohtani. See if Nunez can turn on one. Struggled last night in an 0-for-4 effort with 3 punch-outs.
Tigers had some traffic on the base pass early in that first inning. Not sure how many opportunities you're going to get against Shohei Ohtani given the way he's pitched here of late. He's been very stingy in giving up runs in his last 5 starts with a 1.69 ERA.
Tough playing catch-up against a guy like this. The 0-1. Grounded to third. Mayfield to second. Fletcher's turn in time. That wipes out the leadoff single, 2 away.
And just one of the things that Shohei Ohtani is really good at is when he does get traffic on the base pass, he makes the pitch, the necessary pitch, to induce that ground ball. In this case, it's a ground ball double play, and Fletcher does a good job of turning that over and getting it to Gosselin.
Here's Willie Castro. 1 for 4 last night. Castro in left field, making his 4th straight start there. Such a challenging transition. Started as the opening day shortstop, transitions to second, now maneuvering his way in a very challenging outfield in left field.
But he's athletic enough to be able to make that adjustment. And I think also, Shep, it's going to take some pressure off of him, because I think moving from shortstop and then moving to the opposite side of second base, trying to be a second baseman, the struggles kind of lingered around even in the batter's box. And so I think throwing him, giving him a chance to play some outfield, hopefully take some pressure off of him.
Strikes out on 3 pitches. Ohtani needed just 7 to retire the Tigers in the second. And it's a 2-0 Angels lead.
Oh my goodness. That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
Weekdays, take a pregame trip around the league. See batting practice, fielding drills, player interviews, and expert analysis.
He gets it there, and then from here he goes, bam!
Get exclusive access only on The Rundown. Weekdays, only on MLB Network.
Where there's baseball,
1 pitch away from
baseball history, there's drama.
He has thrown a no-hitter.
Where there's baseball,
Near the wall,
there's action.
he made a phenomenal catch.
And where there's baseball,
Let's go live inside the park.
there's MLB Tonight. On MLB Network.
Oh, wow!
Where there's baseball, all the time.
Unbelievable!
We've seen it time and time again. Secure early incentives by renewing your seats for the 2022 season today. Early renewal incentives expire on September 2nd. Act now. Go to tigers.com/1901 or call 313-471-BALL. Yes, it is Bark at the Park. A lot of good-looking canines running around. My kids wanted me to bring my beast, and I said, she's not coming.
No
way. But most of these dogs, I'll tell you, man, they are very well behaved. Mayfield sends it to left field. Castro drifting back, stumbles a little bit, now comes forward. And he makes the play to retire the number 9 hitter in the Angels lineup.
Well, you were talking about Willie Castro making some adjustments. Started at shortstop, moved to second base. Now he's playing left field. Not the perfect route here because he gets back. But I do like this, Shep. He recovers here, and he calls off the ball, and he comes through the baseball. As he gets more comfortable, he's going to be able to be a lot better in reading that ball off the bat. And this starts in batting practice, though. You have to get out there in batting practice and work on it.
Yeah, what I also noticed is Ohtani stands in for the second time today. Pokes one to right center field. Grossman is there, and he retires Ohtani on 1 pitch. What I like most is you pointed immediately when we saw that ball lifted to left field at Victor Reyes. You noticed how Victor Reyes came over and was there to help Willie Castro just in case. That's good baseball.
Well, you got to help him out. And Reyes understands that Castro is new to this position. He's new to the outfield. And as a teammate, you want him to feel comfortable. And as a center fielder, we call them the Jefe. They're the boss of the outfield. It is important to come over and help the Jefe. You know?
All right, here's David Fletcher.
Oh, sure.
Fletcher popped up to Grayson Griner in the first.
You like that, huh?
I do like that.
All right, good.
He's the boss. They play him straight up. One hit last night for Fletcher. It was an infield single. 112 singles for David Fletcher this year. That leads Major League Baseball. Fouls it back.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Fletcher swings, and one of the reasons he's able to make good solid contact and, as you alluded to, not punch out, there's little to no movement in his mechanics, and he's very short and direct to the baseball.
Waits on a 1-2. How valuable is this guy who is 5'9", $185, and not many people have heard of? Well, the Angels felt him so important. They signed him to a 5-year, $26 million contract April 1st, and that's not an April Fool's joke at all. Another 1-2 in the dirt. A.J. Hinch had high praise for David Fletcher yesterday. Talked about how he seems to always be in the right position at second base and that he's underrated and undersold as a player overall. The 2-2. Chopped to third, and that's a fair ball. Just past Jamer Candelario off the extension, and Fletcher trots in with a 2-out double.
Well, with all the strikeouts that has happened in today's game, it's refreshing to see a guy like Fletcher get rewarded for being a guy that just simply puts the ball in play, plays a solid defense. And here's another example of that where he's not trying to do too much with 2 strikes. He's not thinking launch this ball. He's just thinking down and through it, gets himself a double down the left field line.
Had a really good conversation with A.J. Hinch the other day about players like Fletcher and players like Whit Merrifield, yes, for example, or an Adam Frazier, right? And I said, yeah, but what about the home run? He says, I'll tell you what. He said, you can have the home run guys. I'll take these guys who hit base knocks. I'll get to 100 runs before you will.
And I believe that, because, again, they just keep the line moving.
Goslin to right field. And Grossman is there. 3 fly ball outs in the third, and just 10 pitches for a sharp Tarik Skubal.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way, way, way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
Unbelievable.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis. That's a big uplifting play for a pitcher.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night.
Only on MLB Network.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Highlights and full game replays. Tigers baseball on Bally Sports Detroit and the Bally Sports app, presented by T-Mobile. Love coming downtown. Love seeing more and more people stirring it up downtown as they take in a Tigers game. The other night it was a Ford Field football contest. We saw a lot of people down here from Mike Chappelle. Had a couple of shows, or Dave Chappelle I should say, and it's great to see downtown hopping again. Grayson Griner leads off the Tigers third. Grayson Griner couple of hits last night, including a double, and he walked as well. Good, strong performance from Griner, and then it'll be Victor Reyes, and then the top of the Tigers order and Robbie Grossman. To third base for Mayfield. One away. Menards brings you the big money encounter. It's really a two-man race, I think, for American League MVP. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Shohei Ohtani or Vladimir Guerrero Jr. both having outstanding seasons.
Well, I'm not going to correct you because you're right. I believe it's a two-man race, the same. And I just find it hard not to give it to Shohei Ohtani if he continues to do what he's been doing here at the Major League level. I mean, it's just been so impressive.
How much does it matter where that player's team finishes? Toronto's 63-56, and the Angels are a game under 500.
That's a tough question. I also think it's a loaded question, Shep. I mean, you get penalized for being one of the best players in the game, and your team doesn't win.
Reyes shoots it the other way for a base hit. Yeah, that's true.
What's your thoughts?
Look, I think what Ohtani has done this year, 7-1 as a pitcher, 39 bombs as a hitter. Yeah, I would vote for him right now if I had a vote. But I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr., I mean, from the very get-go, has been simply outstanding. Now, I think he plays with a more talented team in Toronto.
Oh,
the Tigers will see him next. But it's a great debate. I love sports debates.
You like any debate, Shep. Let's be clear here.
Well,
I'll tell you the sky is blue. You'll tell me that it's gray.
No. Not that obvious. But look, I mean, that's how you learn about things. I think.
I love it.
You know, you learn a little bit more about Vladimir Guerrero Jr., learn a little bit more about Shohei Ohtani. Grossman struck out to start his night. But remember, he did that again last night and ended up with a solid performance. 1 for 4 walk, drove in a run. Sees so many pitches and helps so many others on this team learn about what the opposing pitcher is throwing.
And Shep, that's exactly what I think Grossman does in that first at bat of the game from Seth. He tries to get a really good understanding of how they're going to approach me tonight, how they're going to attack, and then he changes or makes the necessary adjustment in those next few at bats to really put together some productive at bats and do most of his damage.
Sees the 4th most pitches per plate appearance than any player in the majors. Here's the 1-0. Grounded to second. Fletcher gets the force at second. And there are 2 away. Hey fans, if Detroit scores 3 or more runs in this game, you can visit a participating Arby's location tomorrow and receive a free small order of curly fries. Just 2 last night against the Angels in an 8-2 setback. That was a very, very good game until the 9th inning. That's when the Angels scored 6 of their 8. LA had 12 hits and 9 walks, and that last stat really bothered AJ Hinch. The 9 walks. It's tough to handle.
Yeah, managers definitely don't like to give up those free passes or give away free passes, and that's exactly what the Tigers did last night. And it's uncharacteristic because they've really done a good job of throwing strikes, attacking the strike zone. And last night that was not the case.
Ohtani will keep a close eye on Grossman because of his ability to steal. Scope gets under it and pops it up to short. Iglesias is there, and the Tigers are out in the 3rd. We head to the 4th, and a 2-0 Angels lead. Justin Upton is the reason LA leads, and he leads off the 4th.
Get closer to the action.
You gotta be kidding me.
Closer to the big blast.
Way out of here.
Closer to the great grabs.
Took a home run away.
Closer to the jaw-dropping plays.
With more highlights.
He struck him out.
More analysis. That's a big uplifting play for a pitcher.
And more live look-ins.
Wow.
Nobody gets you closer to the game.
Every night.
Only on MLB Network.
That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
Back at Comerica Park, we've moved to the fourth. Justin Upton leads off, and he's the reason the Angels have a 2-0 lead. 324 career home runs in the first inning for him. That ties Lance Parrish and Gary Carter for 118th all time. And those two were fantastic players. Of course, Lance Parrish, one of the better Tiger catchers in history. Gary Carter with so many seasons with the Expos and the Mets. Won a world championship with the Mets. Upton fouls it back. He's in an 0-2 hole. The adjustment in game. Tarik Skubal against Justin Upton here.
Well, if he's going to go inside, he's got to make sure that he gets that ball in off the plate, Shep, because you can see right away that Upton is looking middle in. And that is a really good swing on 94-mile-per-hour fastball inside that didn't quite get in far enough. If I'm Skubal, I have to start working down and away with the changeup, with that slider, and see if I can't get him to expand the strike zone.
The Upton home run was his 17th of the season. Swung on and missed. Skubal wins that matchup.
And Shep, this is the pitch that I'm talking about. You got to establish that firm fastball inside, and then you can open up the outside part of the plate. There's a nasty changeup here, about 10-mile-per-hour speed differential, and you see the face there. Ooh, yeah, because that's a really good pitch when you've sped a hitter up in the batter's box on the inner half.
With that strikeout, Tarik Skubal now has 5 on the night and 132 on the season. That's noteworthy because it ties Michael Fulmer for second most by a Tigers rookie in a single season. Fulmer did it in 2016, and Skubal continues to climb here. Now he's got his teammate Spencer Turnbull in sights, and one would guess Skubal will get there. The other way, but foul for Iglesias. Inside to make it 1-2.
Jeff, they're really doing a good job of laying off that slider.
Yeah.
Because that was a plus pitch for him in the Baltimore and his outing against the Baltimore Orioles. They were chasing that pitch, and tonight that hasn't been the case.
Grounded foul. The other thing, and you brought this up before, Skubal's done a really nice job of staying in counts and not walking anybody. He's only walked 1 in each of his last 3 starts. Hasn't given up a walk so far here tonight. The 1-2 to Iglesias. On the ground, a second for Jonathan Schoop. Soft hands to retire Iglesias, 2 away. Don't just use an entrance, make one. Comerica Bank customers and up to 3 guests can skip the line for Tigers home games. To show your Comerica Bank card and tickets at the Comerica VIP entrance located at Gate A. Comerica Bank, raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Another good crowd here at Comerica Park, hoping to see history. Miguel Cabrera eyeing number 500 yet again. First, got to get him to the plate, and he will lead off the bottom half of this inning. Skubal facing Joe Adell for the second time. He struck him out in the second. Backs him up here 2-0.
Well, if you're Skubal here, you don't want to give in to Adell and just groove one of those fastballs. You still want to work the edges.
The 2-0 foul back. Adell, one of those sincere young men. He's already founded a foundation. Promotes education, workforce skills, sports, leadership, health, and wellness. For 22 years young, that's impressive. Here's the 2-1. To short for Harold Castro. Second 1-2-3 inning for Tarik Skubal. Here comes Miguel Cabrera. When we come back, eyeing 500.
That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san! What a play in left gives them what they came to see.
To third base, Mayfield has been busy so far tonight, and Cabrera in one pitch leads off the fourth with an out.
Yeah, Cabrera there was looking for that off speed, was looking for that slider up. He got the pitch he was looking for, but just not the location that he probably wanted. Pulled off that ball a little bit.
Simo, you know him as well as any of us, and you had a really good sit down with him that we've played on Tigers Live and throughout our broadcast lately. How do you think this whole push for 500 one away is weighing on him?
Well, I definitely think it's weighing him, but then it's overwhelming for him, to be quite honest with you. And he talked about that, you know, a lot of pressure, not only of himself but from everybody around him. He said that when guys get to first base, they're asking about it, they're talking about it, and all it does is put it on his mind, and he's trying to just play the game, play winning baseball for the Tigers. And he keeps telling me, he keeps reminding himself, focus on winning, focus on team, and focus on being healthy, and the numbers will come.
It's amazing. A guy who is ranked in the top 20 in so many gaudy statistics and categories can feel that pressure even at this stage of his Hall of Fame career. Swung on and missed 0-2. It just shows you the power of that stuff.
Yes. One of the questions I asked him about was, you know, his legacy. Do you ever think about your name and your number being out on that wall out in left center field. And he said he hasn't thought that far. He thinks about being healthy, making his family proud. His mom told him she was a great softball player, and she told him if you're healthy, if you play long enough, the numbers will be there. And that's kind of been his mentality throughout his career.
Well, there's room on that wall for him. And soon after he retires, it will go up.
And I also asked him, who was your biggest influence? Who were the people you looked up to? And when he said his mom, gave me goosebumps.
Yeah, pretty telling.
Yeah.
He didn't say another baseball player.
No.
He said his mom.
His mom.
That's important. Another 0-2. And that had to hit a chord with you because of how influential your mom was in your life.
Absolutely. We share that sentiment.
And I know you are for your daughter Morgan and your kids. 1-2 to Candelario. The shift is on for him on the right side. Grounder to first. And Ohtani will retire Candelario. Tigers host the Blue Jays Friday, August 27th at 7:10 at Comerica Park. The first 10,000 fans receive a free Tigers floppy hat. Tickets start at just $10. Visit tigers.com/tickets. Craig Monroe and I were talking with A.J. Hinch before the game today. Couldn't help but discuss about the young players in Toledo. And if you've noticed it, we've had it up on our Bally Bar in the lower right part of your screen. You see Badu and Hill and Riley Green and Spencer Torkelson all among the top 4, top 5 in the lineup for Toledo tonight. Ryan Kreidler, who homered last night, batting 8th. And we will continue to monitor how well they play at the AAA level and what they're learning there.
Yeah, you feel good from an organizational standpoint right now with all the young talent that is in the system that are learning how to play the game the right way, and hopefully soon have a chance to come here and impact at the major league level.
Well, not just learn how to play it, but how to succeed and how to fail.
Yes.
Learning how to fail is important in the development of a young player.
Well, I think it's, yeah, you definitely have to learn how to fail, but you also have to learn how to accept failure and focus more on the positives.
1-2 to Harold Castro.
Shohei Ohtani, by the way, is starting to settle in, starting to have a better feel for all of his pitches, and he's utilizing all of them as well. Doing a really good job of keeping the Tigers off balance.
Tapped foul. The thing that makes Ohtani so good is his control as well. He's thrown 44 pitches tonight, folks. Only 10 balls.
So I'm also watching his delivery, and it's smooth. And then all of a sudden the arm action comes and the ball seems like it jumps on the hitter, which can be tough because you read the radar gun and you know he has that 100-mile-per-hour fastball, but when it's smooth and it gets on you in a hurry, it even speeds you up even more.
The 1-2, and he went too far. They'll throw him out at first, and the Tigers go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight against Shohei Ohtani. Tarik Skubal will face the bottom third of the Angels order when we come back for the 5th.
Behold the Tree Dasher by Allbirds. The planet's first proper running shoe, made from natural materials like, well, trees. Mile after mile after mile. The Tree Dasher keeps your feet going while reducing your carbon footprint. Break a sweat, not the planet. Allbirds.
Nerds! Oh, thanks. Let's go. I can.
No, I got it.
Sweet unholy cobalt. Is Brad's card better than mine? Better sign-up bonus? Better travel perks? Is that how Brad took that trip to Barcelona? Wait, Barcelona? Barcelona?
Steve, I got it on NerdWallet.
Ah. You said all that out loud.
Want a better credit card? We've got you.
From the best rates to the best rewards, for all your credit card questions, turn to the nerds.
Sky here in Detroit. What a shot from the camera that is above the Comerica Park scoreboard. What a tool to be used during baseball broadcasts, huh? This is Brandon Marsh to lead off the Angels' fifth. There it is right there. Our crew scaled it, set it up, and it works. Could not pay me enough money to do that.
Me.
My goodness. Fouls it away. Marsh, a good-looking young player, just 23 years old. There is no facial hair policy for Anaheim.
I was just going to ask you, what do you think about that beard?
Whatever works. You could store a sandwich in there.
Look at that show hair he's got going on.
That is a mane, isn't it? The 2-1. Fly ball center field. Now, you know who's jealous of a guy like that?
Oh,
playoff hockey players.
Yeah. Might be a little bit, Chip, given the fact that I don't have any on top of mine.
He's got more below his lip than you do on your lid.
Yeah, that's why I've got a little bit on my face right now, just to give me a little bit. You know, I need that.
Yeah. Here's the funny thing. The funny thing is, I mean, if he had a helmet, let's say he was playing football, right, or hockey with a chin strap, it's probably not staying on because of how luscious that beard really is.
No.
But he can play. Max Stassi grounded to short his first time up. They play him to pull. Good pitch. 0-2. Well, you talked about Ohtani settling in. Tarik Skubal has found himself a pretty good groove after the first as well.
Yeah, he has, and he's really attacking the strike zone, being a lot more efficient. And I know that's one of the things he's working on as he punches out Stassi right there on a good firm fastball. And you're watching him, you know, everybody with every start just get better. That's elevating the fastball. He's working the bottom of the strike zone. He's utilizing all of his pitches. And I know AJ and Fetters have talked about trying to get him to get some easier outs.
Pitching to contact.
Pitching to contact a little bit more.
He's got 6 strikeouts. Good bunt laid down by Mayfield. Skubal off balance. In the ground, and they got him. Good scoop by Nunez. Athletic play by Tarik Skubal. See if the Angels want a challenge. What do you think, partner?
It's a real close play, no question about that, but I believe he got him.
Not sure that phone is working.
Gotta have a decision. We need a decision.
So Joe Madden saying the phone doesn't work. Sort of like my flip phone back in the day. Inning over. Good job by Tarik Skubal, man. He jumped off the bump and was able to throw out Mayfield. It's been a dandy of a pitcher's matchup. Skubal and Ohtani. It continues in the home half of the fifth on Valley Sports.
10 years ago, I had an undiagnosed heart condition, and erectile dysfunction was actually the first sign that something was wrong.
Luckily, I'm a doctor, an expert in sexual health, and Zach's dad.
Not everyone has a doctor in the house, and some health conditions can be really tough to talk about. We started Roman to change that.
Now you can go online and chat with a physician.
And if treatment is right for you, we'll ship genuine medication right to your door. If you're experiencing ED, hair loss, cold sores, or other issues, let's take care of it.
It's not just because Boll & Branch organic cotton sheets are incredibly soft. They are. And it's not just that they're free from toxins and made by people who are paid and treated fairly. That's true too. It's because home is where the magic happens. And with better sheets made in safer ways, home makes the world a better place. Boll & Branch. Right now, try for 30 nights risk-free and get free shipping at bollandbranch.com.
Pitching, Simo, it's what you thought would happen here tonight, and it has come to fruition.
Well, it's been as good as advertised. I mean, we knew coming in, both of these guys have blazing fastballs. They've been utilizing their secondary pitches, getting tons of swings and misses, and tonight they haven't disappointed.
Ohtani needed 20 pitches to get through the first. He's needed 25 to get through the next 3. He will battle Nunez to start. And then it'll be Willie Castro and Grayson Griner in the bottom of the fifth. Oh, 1 to Nunez, swung on and missed.
And talking to AJ today in the dugout, he was talking about the approach against this angle against Shohei Ohtani, and he said he thought early in the count would be important to try to get to him. And Shep, I'm starting to see that he's throwing a lot of get me over breaking balls, first pitch strike. Those are the ones that you can hit.
Sawed him off. He's got to get a new bat.
Again, he's a challenge. He's a tall task for any lineup because he has that blazing fastball with that wicked split finger fastball. Throwing that ball out of the same arm slot with the same arm speed, which makes it a difficult pitch to lay off of. And then you get these kind of swings because he's locating this slider and the fastball well tonight.
Ohtani, of course, the first player voted into the All-Star game both as a pitcher and a position player. First Japanese player to participate in the home run derby. He strikes out Nunez to start the fifth. Trevor Thompson. Hi, Trev.
Hello, Shep. Time for a Ram game break, and you were talking about Ryan Kreidler. Well, here he is in his debut as a Mud Hen. Goes deep. That's a solo shot. And he told me when we went down to Double-A Erie to talk with him that he was working on some swing changes to produce some more power so he could be a little more productive in the lineup. Well, obviously that's paying off, and he is one of the more unsung prospects in the Tigers organization. We hear a lot about Torkelson, a lot about Green, but this kid, he can pick it at shortstop, and he's got a future in the big leagues too if he can swing it like that.
Yeah, you had a good conversation with him. I remember listening to a lot of that as Castro drives one deep right field. That ball's belted. That ball's gone. Tigers are on the board.
Castro goes up with the right approach. We talked about ambushing Shohei Ohtani on that first pitch. He's been throwing that get-me-over breaking ball. And there's no question in my mind, Castro's sitting on that pitch. And boy, he hit an absolute bomb to right field.
Left the bat at 105 miles an hour, traveled 365 feet, and Willie Castro has cut the Angels' lead in half. One-0 to Grayson Greiner, fouled away. Just the 8th home run allowed by Shohei Ohtani. Does not look like a man who gets bothered easily.
Not at all.
I will say this, Willie Castro, I saw him earlier this afternoon, right around 1:15 in the ballpark here, with his wife and his son, and they all had number 9 Castro jerseys on. His son had the full Tigers uniform on, and he's just a little guy, man. It was as cute as you can get. A lot of family pictures being taken before the game today. Greiner strikes out, 2 away in the Tigers' 5th. Up walks Victor Reyes.
Reyes in his first at bat, Shep got a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, center cut, and he didn't miss it. Got himself a single, hit it hard up the middle. But again, we're talking about Shohei Ohtani throwing that first pitch strike, like that get-me-over breaking ball.
On the backhand, Goslin, and he feeds Ohtani. Tigers do strike Willie Castro's number 8 on the season, and it's 2-1 LA.
Oh my goodness, that one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left, gives them what they came to see.
Jim, now that you're an analyst at MLB Network, do you find that your days are easier?
Hey, Jim, here's a research packet for tonight's show. I'll see you on the set in 5.
Maybe a little easier.
The analyst of MLB Tonight on MLB Network.
Babe Ruth, one of the best of all time. Home runs and pitching, believe it or not. Team Shohei Ohtani. Most home runs with 10-plus starts in history. Ohtani, 39 bombs while starting. This is his 18th game. Babe Ruth hit 29 homers in 1919. And I say this to a lot of folks about Ruth's numbers. Maybe a lot of people do forget, but that season he started 15 games. There was a time, I mean, Babe Ruth in 1916 started 40 games. He had 9 shutouts. He won an ERA title at 1.75, and Babe Ruth is a guy who he won 94 games. He started 147 and he completed, believe it or not, 107 games, and then he went on the home run tear. Ohtani sharply to second. Willie Castro is there, or I should say scope, and he retires Ohtani, who's 0 for 3.
Yeah, Skubal's done a good job of pitching Ohtani. crowding him with some good fastball and then throwing that slider away from him, getting him to roll over. And you can see the swing there where the front hip's coming out and the hands are going out and around the ball, and that's why you're seeing these ground balls to the second base.
I don't know if you know this, but how much does it take out of Shohei Ohtani pitching and hitting in the same game? What does that do to you, do you think?
I'm not really sure, Shep, because I thought we'd never see that again in the game. I mean, you think about the Babe Ruth, that was it.
Yeah.
And so many times, you either a hitter or you're a pitcher.
Easy hop for Scope. It's just such a mentally challenging game. I wonder, going over that game plan and then thinking about what you have to do against Skubal, nobody else has to do that, what it might do to you.
Well, I think he's been able to separate the two given the success he's had.
Oh, yeah.
And when you got 39 bombs, hitting 270, RBI machine.
He's got 86 runs driven in.
Yeah.
You know, leads the league coming into the series against the Tigers. Ohtani led the league in not just home runs, right? I mean, and that's where we focus a lot, and I get it, but he's also led the league in so many other offensive categories: extra base hits, slugging, third in RBIs. 1-1 to Phil Gosselin. Gosselin singled with 2 away in the first. That opened the door for Justin Upton's at bat, and he deposited a Tarik Skubal pitch into the left center field bleachers.
Good change up there from Skubal. He seems to like that changeup in a 1-1 count, taking advantage of the aggressiveness of the hitter in the batter's box.
Nunez to Skubal, not in time to get Gosselin.
It's a tough play for Skubal on the run there. Nunez tries to get him the ball quickly, but you can tell Skubal's trying to find the bag there and just takes his eyes off the ball and not able to corral it, catch it, and make the tag. The ball took a funny bounce on Nunez, though, a high bounce. He had to kind of play it back.
Yeah, he came in for a brief moment. And now, much like the first, Gosselin keeps the inning alive for the dangerous Justin Upton. .01 is in there. A slider at 88 to make it 0-2.
Well, this is the third time that Skubal have seen Upton. And he established that firm fastball inside. Didn't quite get one in far enough, and Upton was able to get to it and hit the bomb to left center. But in his last at bat, he struck him out with that changeup fading down and away.
Up high, 1-2 to Justin Upton.
You know, and guys that throw 95 plus, we call that a firm fastball. Gets on you in a hurry, Shep.
Six strikeouts on the night for Skubal. Just missed.
Seems like he's getting stronger. That fastball got up to 97. It's a good spot, too, with 2 strikes. Hitters tend to chase that pitch up in the zone. It's the closest pitch to your eyes. Think you can get to it, but Upton was able to lay off of it.
You would consider him a power pitcher, yes?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. The 2-2. He struck him out. Number 7 for Tarik Skubal. Miguel Cabrera will bat in the 6th. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
And then 2-1 thanks to the home run from Willie Castro in the 5th. Tigers looking for more here in their home half of the 6th. Calling all Tigers fans, when Miguel Cabrera hits number 500, we know you'll be capturing this awesome moment. So we want to include you in something special we're making at Bally Sports Detroit. Tweet your best videos, your best pictures, and your best reactions with hashtag Miggy500. On a beautiful Wednesday night, Tigers looking to get the series even. Down 2-1. Robbie Grossman, Jonathan Schoop, and Miguel Cabrera in the 6th against Shohei Ohtani. On the inner edge, 0-1. Grossman is struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice. Look at how efficient Ohtani is. 56 pitches.
Yeah, he's really been attacking the strike zone, winning the count, so to speak, putting the hitters on the defense. But I feel like the Tigers have had the right approach. Not many guys chasing that split finger down in the strike zone. We said coming into the ball game they were going to look for the ball up. They've done that. Few guys have chased, but for the most part, they've gotten good pitches to hit.
1-1 to Grossman. Sharply to second for David Fletcher. Gets Grossman by a step, 1 away. That brings up Jonathan Schoop.
Miggy and Schoop, before Schoop was walking up to the batter's box, had just a brief little conversation. I'm sure they're talking approach here. Talking about Ohtani and what he's been doing, you know, stealing that first pitch strike with his off-speed pitch. That could be something that Schoop and Miggy did discuss.
Tried to ambush him there and missed on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
I just think that's the best approach against him. I mean, he's got 5 pitches that he's able to utilize and throw in any count. So when you can get a first pitch fastball, for me, that's the one you want to hit.
Fouled away. Ohtani is 2-1 with a 4.5 ERA on the road. But he's won his last 3, and you look how efficient that is. Those are video game numbers from the 2nd through the 5th, or through the 6th. Cabrera lurking. 5 hits for the Tigers. Schoop has 1 of them. Swung on and missed. 2 away.
The designated hitter, number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
fouled away. It's a glorious crowd, isn't it, Simo?
It really is. I was just sitting here thinking that, Shep, and I had a little flashback of the days of playing here in that 2006 season where, man, this place was packed.
And hopping.
And it was hopping. They were loud.
The 0-1. Another one fouled away. Two good swings.
Really good swings there. Looking for that all-speed pitch, I think, on that first pitch. Took a good swing, just fouled it off. And then right away changed and started looking, you thought, changing to the fastball. That's 98. And he was right on that pitch.
The 0-2 swung on and missed. Another 1-2-3 frame for Shohei Ohtani, who's in command.
Hi, I'm Bo Bichette, and you can catch me making great plays on MLB Tonight.
Another great defensive play.
And I'm Harold Reynolds, and you can catch me breaking down those great plays on MLB Tonight.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Oh my goodness. That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san!
What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
Justin Upton, a two-run blast in the first. Willie Castro, a solo shot in the fifth. To the seventh we go. Tarik Skubal continues to deal, and another first pitch strike from Skubal. Look at how efficient he's been, Simo.
He really has stayed on the attack, guys, and that's something that he continues to work on. And he's done a fantastic job of utilizing all of his pitches today, throwing first pitch strikes. And talking with AJ today, that's one of the things that Skubal focuses on, which he believes allows him to have the most success.
Right back to him.
Stop it.
He was ready. Down goes Iglesias. Looked like a goalie, like a Red Wing goalie. Hey, Hockey Town, single game tickets for the Red Wings 21-22 campaign go on sale this Friday. There's still time to sign up for the pre-sale and get access to tickets before the public at DetroitRedWings.com. They're going to have a good year this year. They are. I mean, I think Steve Yzerman has added to that stable of quality players. They need some scoring, yes, but they've shored up a little bit of their defense. You got to love their goaltending. It'll be a good year at Little Caesars Arena for the Red Wings. Here's Joe Adell, 0 for 2 so far. A strikeout and a ground out to short. Playing right field tonight. He started in left field last night. Caught on and missed.
Yeah, I love the way Skubal is mixing his pitches up. Each time he faces these guys, he's changing his pitching pattern. He's firm, 95, 96.
Tapper to third. Candelario's got to hurry. Got him. Adele doesn't look worried. He thinks he's safe.
Oof. He might have an argument here, Shep.
They'll review it. He's pretty confident.
Well, he signaled for the headset right away.
Yeah, he did. I mean, you'll see a lot of guys do that, but I mean,
he was.
It's almost like he had headphones on and said, I'll make the call myself if you want. And it didn't take long. He's safe.
He was really picking him up and putting him down, getting down that last step. I'm going to tell you right now, we do this all year. You're sniffing. You're sniffing that base knock, so you get a little extra.
Yeah, he's got that energy because he hasn't been playing at the major league level all season long. He's got something to prove.
Yes, he does.
He proved something there. That is the 5th hit of the night for the Angels. And that is another infield hit for them, their 2nd of the night. Quick throw over to first. The pitching lines are really close for these two starters. Skubal has allowed 2 runs on 5 hits. He struck out 7. Ohtani has allowed 1 run on 5 hits and struck out 7. Each man's given up a homer. Unfortunately for Skubal, it was a 2-run shot. Brandon Marsh is squared to bunt, but he's taken a couple of strikes.
Well, that just tells me he's not seeing the ball well out of Skubal's hand. And he feels like Skubal's a challenge for him. And it's always a challenge lefty on lefty, especially when you have a power left-hander on the mound. So left-handers so used to that ball coming into them, and when it's running away, to keep that front side in is a challenge.
Line drive, base hit. Adele's got good speed, but he's going to put on the brakes at 2nd. Grossman got to it quickly. Good 0-2 hitting by Brandon Marsh. That's his 1st hit of the night. And with 1 away, the Angels have back-to-back singles.
Yeah, Skubal's not going to like this pitch here. Again, 0-2 count. Too much of the plate here. He'd been pretty much having his way with Marsh, but he'd been locating well. But take a look at the location here. That ball's top part of the strike zone, but again, it's over the middle of the plate, and hitters can they can get to that pitch, and Marsh was able to get to that one. Oh, 2 pitch too, though, Shep. You have a chance to maybe bounce one.
It's a miss.
That slider right? down in the end, just to see if he would expand the zone.
Here's Max Stassi. Grounded to short in the 2nd and struck out looking in the 5th. Jose Cisnero, who worked an inning last night, is warming up for game 2 here tonight.
Yeah, he had a big strikeout, Shohei Ohtani. The crowd went crazy.
So did we.
Yeah.
The 1-0 fouled away. Now the 1-1. Swung on and missed. Stassi really does have a cool story. He's Brother Brock was drafted by Philadelphia in 2011. His father Jim played 3 years in the Giants organization. His grandfather and great uncle played for the Hollywood Stars in the 40s. And his great grandfather played for the San Francisco Seals. That is called lineage.
Yes.
The 1-2. Both runners go, and it's fouled away. Joe Madden with the double steal.
I'm a little surprised there, though.
Why?
Well, Skubal is known for a strikeout pitcher or a guy that misses barrels. And with the Dell, and they've got some traffic on the bases right now, and I feel like and that was a situation where you're going to run yourself out of an inning if Stassi doesn't make contact. But again, we talked about Joe Madden and how he likes to be aggressive, putting pressure on the defense of the opposing team. And maybe that was an example of it right there.
Another 1-2, low and inside. Angels gunning for 500. They are 60 and 61 entering play today.
And Jeff, another thing is, as a hitter, I just didn't like when I had 2 strikes, the runner at second base, trying to steal third base, running right in front of my sight, so where I peek at him. I try not to. I try to focus on picking up the baseball, but that can be a distraction for a hitter.
Yeah, you would almost, I mean, that's human nature, I would guess. On the ground in the hole. Nice play by Castro. Long throw, and he gets Stassi. What a play by Harold Castro. Owning that position deep in the hole, popped up and threw a bullet to first. And that's going to be it for Tarik Skubal. A.J. Hinch wants Jose Cisnero to try and claim the final out here in the 7th. Heck of an outing by Tarik Skubal. Cisnero makes the long walk.
Hey Al, during tonight's show, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big leagues of what? Law. Art? Construction? Baseball?
How'd you guess?
For 25 years, Major League Baseball has partnered with the Boys and Girls Clubs of America to help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
Take a look at Tarik Skubal's day here, guys. Made one mistake to B.J. Upton, 2-run home run, but he would rebound, and then he would be effective and efficient. His firm fastball's up, working north and south because his slider's down in the strike zone. I love the way he pounded the inside part of the plate with that good fastball at 95, freezing the Angels hitters. And then all of a sudden, he started working the outside part of the plate, 98, changeup fading down and away. This was a solid start for this young man. And not only that, fielding his position shift today, he made some tremendous plays.
No walks today, 7 strikeouts, 97 pitches. Gives way to Jose Cisnero. In a wall side windows pitching change, Cisnero to try and get the final out of the 7th. Ideally, it comes in the form of Jack Mayfield, the number 9 hitter.
Well, Cisnero's got a fastball that sits around 95, 96. Really likes to put guys away with that slider.
We saw Cisneros last night. He worked a scoreless inning, gave up a hit, and struck out 2 in the 8th.
Mostly works away, but will freeze you on an inside fastball with 2 strikes.
The 1-1. Popped it up, right side, but foul. Skubal, tonight's starter on the right, talking with Casey Mize, Tigers starter from last night.
Love the relationship that these two have.
Yep. And their buddy Matt Manning pitches tomorrow afternoon in the series wrap-up.
Yeah, love the way they learn from each other. They encourage each other. They push each other. Love that camaraderie.
It's an incredible environment that A.J. Hinch and his staff has built. The 1-2. Got him! Cisneros proves he's the man for the job. Finishing up in the 7th, we stretch in Detroit. Brought to you by DTE.
Hey Al, I'm just wondering, during the demo on MLB Tonight, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? I think you're misunderstanding. That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Oh, he got home, baby.
Right. I think that ball's still traveling. Any farther and you need a flight plan for it.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions. Only on MLB Network.
It's time for MLB Pitch, Hit, and Run, presented by MLB Network, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to compete in the 2021 Pitch, Hit, and Run Finals by hosting a local competition. Sign up for free at pitchhitrun.com.
And why he's been so filthy today. It's these 2 pitches here, split finger fastball and a split finger fastball and the fastball on the right. Take a look at the movement on that split finger. Guys, what makes this pitch so difficult to pick up is this. It comes out of his hand with the same arm speed as his fastball, but then when it gets to the plate, the bottom falls out. Here's the 4-seam fastball. This ball stays true, stays straight, and you're not able to differentiate between the two, and that's why you've seen a lot of uncomfortable swings and guys chasing that ball out of the strike zone.
And yet the Tigers are still in it.
Yes.
Just down a run as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Jamer Candelario, Harold Castro, and Renato Nunez. The mind-blowing number there is 64 pitches. It's incredible. He has only thrown 12 balls. It's amazing.
It truly is, guys, and he's using all of his pitches. It's the fastball, it's the cutter, it's the changeup, it's the slider, curveball, all of these pitches. He's done an outstanding job of commanding the strike zone.
The 12 balls thrown by Ohtani through 6 innings is the 2nd fewest of any pitcher this year. Only Kevin Gausman threw fewer, and he did that on May 30th against the Dodgers when he threw 10.
And as a hitter, you try to eliminate pitches. And Shohei makes it very difficult to do that because he commands all of them.
Yeah.
And so you have to respect all of the pitches in his arsenal.
Has lasted 7 innings 3 times this year for the Angels. The 1-1. Outside 2-1. And when you say command so many pitches, I mean, you literally mean command, because he just doesn't walk many.
No, and he just throws them wherever he wants. He throws every pitch with conviction. You can tell that there's a lot of trust in every pitch that he throws.
Now 3-1 to Candelario.
Take a look at the mix, the percentages here. 42% with the four-seamer, slider. Not a lot of curveballs, but again, he shows you enough curveballs to keep you honest, to respect that pitch.
Candelario to center field. One away for Harold Castro. Well, maybe they're getting to him, since that was the first 3-ball count of the night. Harold Castro singled in the second and then struck out in the fourth.
Well, Shep, you can just see why he's been so good here of late. I'm talking about since the All-Star break. I mean, he's just put up some gaudy numbers.
Yeah, he's been special.
And you can just see him reading the hitter's swing. When they're leaning over, he's coming in. When they're sitting soft, he's speeding you up. Again, just mixing his pitch as well.
Think about this. If he gets through this inning, and we have every reason to believe he will, it'll be 119 innings, or I should say 99 innings this year, and he will have only allowed 39 walks. It's called making him earn it. Here's the 1-1. Grounded to second. Fletcher takes his time. 2 away. Big crowd here at Comerica Park, and we expect another good showing tomorrow in the series wrap-up. Matt Manning gets the call for Detroit. Renato Nunez has bounced into a double play and struck out. Inside at 98. He's got plenty left in the tank, even though he's in the 7th.
Well, Nunez is also a guy that has hit 30 home runs in the major league level. So he's shown that he's got some big time pop. I'd like to see one of those big swings right now to tie this ball game.
Me too. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Only has 8 hits as a Tiger, but half of them are homers.
More of a pull hitter, likes that ball on the inner half. So you'll see Shohei Ohtani stay away from him.
Fouls it back, and it's 1-2. He's gone old school right there. That's a Mahorn Lambeer Bad Boys t-shirt. That's dated from the late 80s, man. That's 88, 89 vintage stuff, and it's still in good shape. They play Nunez straight up. The 1-2. Softly to left center for a base hit.
Nice piece of hitting there by Nunez. Shohei leaves this slider up with 2 strikes. This ball doesn't catch any of the play. That ball is so far off the plate. But look at the eyes and how it stays down. And again, the bat staying through that baseball. And again, you don't always get you don't take A swings on balls. You have to be able to lean out over the plate a little bit, add some length to your swing, and that's exactly what I saw there from Nunez.
Cabrera did that with his single in the first. And now here's the home run hitter and Willie Castro.
Well, you can do that, Shep, on an off-speed pitch because they speed your bat up, and you want to make sure you slow yourself down enough just to put a barrel on it.
Castro went for the downs there, came up empty 0-1. Inside 1-1 to Willie Castro, who struck out in the second, but then launched his 8th home run of the season in the 5th.
Shohei in a 1-1 count, Shep, likes that split finger down. Trying to utilize that bottom part of the strike zone because the hitter in the batter's box seems to be aggressive in those counts.
A.J. Hinch told us before the game today that players and coaches want to see him perform.
I mean, I think we all were looking forward to seeing Shohei Ohtani here in Detroit at Comerica Park.
I really did like the description that A.J. Hinch gave us. As Castro grounds a foul, he said his personality that came out in the All-Star game was a shining light on our sport. That's well said.
Yes.
Skill set is off the charts good.
Well, when you have superstars of the game in awe of a player, and that's exactly the sentiments of Shohei Ohtani. What we're seeing is just next level.
Yeah, when other players want to see you, you know you've reached a certain level.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The 1-2. All the greats have had it. I mean, all boxers wanted to watch Muhammad Ali box, right? The 2-2 to left field. Upton's got a beat on it, and he retires Willie Castro. Shohei Ohtani's been outstanding on the mound. Now he leads off the 8th, hitting for the Angels.
Hey, Al, during tonight's show, what was that meatball you threw?
Meatball? That was a hitting demonstration, and that's what I was supposed to do.
Right.
Next question.
The analyst of MLB Tonight, answering baseball's toughest questions.
Oh, my goodness. That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san! What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
Shohei Ohtani has tremendous pop, guys, to all fields. 4 of his 5 hits against the Tigers have gone the distance. And that's what makes him such a tough hitter in the batter's box, because it just seems like there's nowhere to pitch him, Shep. When a guy can let the baseball get deep and hit it out the opposite way, there's trust. And if you hang anything over the heart of the plate, you speed him up, and then he hits it out to the pull side. He's just a tremendous hitter. I don't care how much work you put in as a hitter. There's just some things that you're not capable of doing. And what Shohei Ohtani is doing, not all of us are capable of doing that.
But Skubal did a pretty good job against him here tonight.
I thought he did a great job.
And you just showed us the home runs. The only one hit that wasn't a home run was the first pitch of the game last night against Casey Mize. So Shohei Ohtani leads off the 8th here against Jose Cisneros. And what a battle they had last night in the Angels win. Fouls the first pitch away. Cisneros struck him out in the 8th. Cisneros replacing Tarik Skubal in the 7th. Skubal went 6 2/3, left with runners at first or second and third, and Cisneros struck out Jack Mayfield to end the threat. Ohtani pounds one deep right field. There's number 40. That's as far as you're going to hit a baseball.
Well, guys, we talked about the power of Shohei Ohtani. And it was on display. Shep, that ball was hit a long way. Stands 6'4", 210 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Uses his leverage, getting some extension. Talked about the mistake pitches, speeding up his bat. There's an 89-mile-per-hour slider sitting right over the heart of the plate, and he didn't miss it.
430 feet for Shohei Ohtani.
And what allows him to do that is the fact that he can drive the ball out the other way. So when you stay away from him with your firm fastball, Chip, he barrels it up and he can hit it out because the ball jumps off his bat. He's got that kind of pop. But if you hang something, again, you speed up that bat, and then he catches you a little bit more out front. And how far was that ball?
430 feet.
Yes, that's what happens when you leave it over the heart of the plate to this young man.
I mean, look at that. He has 5 more than Vladimir Guerrero Jr. A chopper to short. Castro's going to have to hurry, and he gets David Fletcher for the first out.
Take a look at the mechanics of that swing and how the weight transfer, how he transfers his weight from the backside against a firm front side, and then the extension that he has. Just impressive.
Two-run lead now for the Angels. Phil Gosselin. A couple of hits tonight. Singled and scored in the first, and an infield single last time up. Fouls it away. It's 1-1. With a couple of singles, Gosselin now has been on base in 28 of his last 35 games. So he's provided some nice consistency for the Angels. Fouls it away, 1-2.
Yeah, I was watching Gosselin take batting practice today, Shep, and he really was focusing on the big part of the field, hitting a lot of line drives to center, to right center. Not a lot of home run power, but you could just tell that he was grooving his swing, just trying to get on plane and drive that ball up the middle to right center.
Played his college ball at Virginia. Here's the 1-2 and a chopper to second. Easy out for Jonathan Scope, and he throws him out, 2 away. Here comes Justin Upton, but before we see Upton bat, how about a message from MGM Grand Detroit?
Go grand at the destination that elevates every experience. Welcome back safely to MGM Grand Detroit.
Upton 1 for 3, the 2-run shot in the first, and then back-to-back strikeouts in the 4th and 6th.
Yeah, Skubal got filthy on Justin Upton after that home run. Change up down the way out in front. You can go sit down. Then a firm fastball. You can go sit down.
Broken back grounder to third. Candelario throws him out, but not before Shohei Ohtani shows us why he is the leader in the MVP discussion. He is a humble superstar who's got 40 homers on the year.
Behold the Tree Dasher by Allbirds, the planet's first proper running shoe, made from natural materials like, well, trees. Mile after mile after mile, the Tree Dasher keeps your feet going while reducing your carbon footprint. Break a sweat, not the planet. Allbirds.
Nerds! Have new money goals this year? NerdWallet can help make them happen. Like getting auto insurance to match your new 0-mile commute? We have tools for that. Want to refinance your mortgage and put those savings into the college fund? We have tips for that too. Or get a low-interest credit card for your long-awaited honeymoon? We can help you find the one. Credit card, that is. Discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more on NerdWallet. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
A 2-run lead. Works the bottom of the 8th.
Does that sound weird saying?
Very. Very
it does,
strange.
right? It's just strange.
You just wouldn't say that very often.
No.
Into the 8th against Grayson Griner, and then Victor Reyes and Robbie Grossman.
I hit 430-foot bombs, and I throw 100.
Next.
Oh, and by the way, I steal bases too.
I lead my team in every significant category, offensively and pitching. Welcome back. Did not go 1-1. Some changes for the Angels. Jared Walsh is at first, Juan Lagares in left. Griner pops it up, right field. In comes Joe Adell. One away. There's Victor Reyes. What does StatCast think about Ohtani's homer? See him?
Well, let's just take a look here. How about the exit velocity here? 110. And the projected distance, 430. Bomb. You don't feel them when you hit them that far, guys.
Reyes singled in the 3rd and grounded to first his last time up.
Starting to hear a little grunt coming from
quite Shohei. A bit.
Yeah.
Still under control with the number of pitches. Reyes fouls it away.
And Shep, I keep paying close attention to his delivery, and he's just really smooth, picking the leg, the front foot up. It's really slow. and it's slow when the ball comes, when he takes his hands out of the ball out of the glove, and then all of a sudden it jumps out at the hitter. It's a blazing fastball.
And he blows away Reyes. 8 strikeouts for Shohei Ohtani tonight.
And you see the delivery is smooth, and then boom, all of a sudden that ball just jumps out of his hand. Good four-seam fastball there, up and away from Reyes there.
Now faces Robbie Grossman for the 4th time tonight. Nasty slider at 81, 0-1.
Yeah, good location there. Down and away to the left-hander. That's the furthest pitch from the left-hand hitter's eyes. Tough pitch to hit, tough pitch to... easier pitch to take because it's so far away you feel like you can't get to it anyway.
0-1 popped up left side. Iglesias puts it away. A 9-pitch inning for Shohei Ohtani, and the first time in his young career he's made it through 8.
Nerds. Have new money goals? NerdWallet can help you find the credit card to make them happen. Want to earn enough points for a weekend of fancy camping? We have options for that. Maybe have a better credit card than your older sister. We have comparison tools for that. Or find a card that lets you donate your cash back to food banks. We have tips for that too. From low rates to the best rewards, easily discover and compare the smartest credit cards. For all your money questions, turn to the nerds.
A lot can happen with a simple tell your story. Get people excited. To get connected, to share, and sell anywhere, and start making a different future. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
Sports is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be. Come to Comerica. By North Bloomfield Properties, the area's most recommended property management team. And by Fix My Feet, and your foot pain now at Fix My Feet today. Feet, paws, either one, doesn't matter. They're such good friends, aren't they?
They are. I miss my good pal Griffey.
The loyal hounds. It is fun to watch Shohei Ohtani. Will he get a chance at the 9th and face Miguel Cabrera again? Stick around to find out. Erasmo Ramirez will work the top of the 9th for Detroit. It's a wall side windows pitching change. 15th appearance for Erasmo Ramirez. And he will face the number 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Angels lineup. Jose Iglesias, Joe Adell, and Brandon Marsh.
Well, one of the things you love about Ramirez is that he doesn't give in to the hitter. He utilizes that 2-seam fastball, trying to run that in on the right-hander's hands, but then he tries to get him out with a slider. That slider kind of crisscrossing the strike zone.
Iglesias, nice backhand play by Skubal. That's a good one. What a way to start the 9th. Sound defensive play from Jonathan Skubal. Hey, decide baseball's biggest blooper, and you can win your own error-free fan experience. Fill out your MLB Oops bracket at MLB.com/bracket for your chance to win. Restrictions do apply. See official rules. No rules for Tommy Lasorda back then against the Philly Fanatic. He had had enough. Here's Joe Adele.
Oh, that tickled me.
You like that one?
I like it.
He throws the dummy right at the Philly Fanatic after he dumped the mascot. That's a classic.
That's funny.
And there was some anger there.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Gibby used to tell us about that one. He would laugh. 0-1 to Adele. Took it on the outside corner. Joe Adele beat out an infield single in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. And 2 for 8 in the series so far. Down he goes.
And that's one of the things Ramirez does extremely well right there. He utilizes the edges. He paints on that outside part of the play.
Let's update Ram Pick the Stick, shall we? Not many points. Unfortunately, my partner is on the downside right now, -2.
I got a call. I'm going to call the commissioner about that double play.
Oh, yeah, that's
that
right.
That means Scope's got to get back there.
Save it. Just save it.
I mean, Papa Bear's.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere pops Papa Bear.
Oh. You know when you're sitting there calling for the commissioner, you know who's going to be on the other end of that line.
I am not the commissioner.
Oh. Well, I feel like you are.
I've got a connection. I mean, he may be sitting right next to me, but
I promise you this, folks. When this whole thing begins, John Keating is in a massive leather chair in a very dark office with a picture of dogs playing cards behind him.
Patrick.
Oh. Keats, looking forward to Tigers Live with you, my friend.
Should be fun. Simo will join us tonight. We're looking forward to recapping this one. It's been a great ball game. We're trying to get Miggy that bomb that he needs, but undaunted, it's been a really good ball game.
I vote for a full sound up on your interview with A.J. Hinch, asking him questions before the game. That would be entertaining on Tigers Live. Watch A.J. Hinch smile and squirm at the same time with Keating's questions. They're great. Miguel Cabrera will have a shot. He will bat second rather, in the 9th. Brandon Marsh 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Skips by Griner. He'll throw him out at first. Let's go to the bottom of the 9th. Tigers are down 2. Miguel Cabrera. There's a lot of people calling your name as he chases 500.
A lot can happen with a simple tell your story. Get people excited. To get connected, to share, and sell anywhere, and start making a different future. Start different at GoDaddy.com.
Oh my goodness. That one's going to be replayed hundreds of times. Big fly, Ohtani-san! What a play in left. Gives them what they came to see.
Outside windows pitching matchup. The veteran Jose Quintana will sub in for Patrick Sandoval, who originally was scheduled. And there's Matt Manning coming off a rock-solid start against the Orioles at Camden Yards. He'll make his 11th start of this Major League season. 6 innings pitched and 3 runs allowed to the Orioles in his last one. It was also the case for Tarik Skubal in his last start against the Orioles. He was terrific and took that into the start tonight. Were it not for the Justin Upton first inning home run, he would have given the Halos the goose egg tonight. Tigers have some work to do here in the ninth inning. All the post-game reaction when we see you for Tigers Live immediately after the final up. Craig Monroe will join us as well. Shep, we'll see you then.
Need a comeback win here, Keats. Thanks very much. Against one of the better closers in all of baseball, Raisel Iglesias.
Well, Iglesias got a fastball that gets up to 98 miles per hour. It's a heavy fastball. It's got good arm side run, so that means he's going to run that fastball in on the righties, away from the left-handers. He does throw his slider and changeup, but relies heavily on that fastball. He's got some late movement in the strike zone.
He was the American League Reliever of the Month in July. He faces Jonathan Schoop, Miguel Cabrera, and Jeimer Candelario in the bottom of the ninth. Strike one to Jonathan Schoop. Schoop 0 for 3 in his career against Raisel Iglesias. Fouls it away. Three pitches, one out in the Tigers' ninth.
The designated hitter, number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
The primary reason folks stuck around. Fly ball, right field. It's deep. Back goes Adele. He's got it on the track. So close.
So close. Slider way there. Gets it on the barrel. Just missed it. The opposite way there. Good classic inside out swing from Miguel Cabrera, though. You could see the disappointment. Oh, so close, Shep.
Now it's up to Jeimer Candelario. Up high, 1-0. One for 4 his career against Iglesias. 1-1. Now he's in a 1-2 hole. Matt Manning against Jose Quintana tomorrow. Hope you can join us here on Valley Sports, 12:30 with Tigers Live. John Keating, Dan Petrie, and Trevor Thompson. 2-2 to Candelario.
And if you're Candy here, you just want to protect, try to foul off those good pitchers' pitches. Your job is to get on base and give Harold Castro, who's hitting behind you, the opportunity to hopefully tie this game up.
3-2 to Jeimer Candelario.
Good take there. by the Candy Man.
The payoff. Angels are now at 500. They win it 3-1. Tigers will lose this series to LA and try to salvage something tomorrow. Let's send it to John Keating, standing by with Tigers Live postgame. Keats?
Shep, we were reminded with all the fusses about concerning Shohei Ohtani, who did it all, a rainbow of a homer and a stingy start. Tarik Skubal was terrific again, but he absorbs a tough loss, and it was lots of hands on lots of heads as Miguel Cabrera almost went deep in his final at bat. Tigers Live is coming up.